reporters, and welcome back to my channel. The Love is Blind season 3 reunion was so controversial. And of course, one of the most controversial Love is Blind stars ever, Sheikh Chatterjee from season 2 of the show, could not help but comment on it. One thing about Sheikh is he loves to talk about Love is Blind and how he feels as though everybody is incredibly fake behind the scenes, including his ex-fiance Deepti, who he did treat pretty badly throughout the show, which led to him being ostracized by the cast and by Love is Blind viewers as well. So let me take you through his Instagram post. One thing about a broken clock is that it is right at least twice a day. I do have to say that I agree with Sheikh in his sentiment that a lot of the Love is Blind 3 cast did ultimately, unfortunately, wind up bullying Cole. I have been thinking about doing a video about Brennan and Alexa. I do feel as though Alexa is a bad influence on Brennan, my sweet Brennan, and I think we saw an unfortunate example of that during the reunion in the way that he acted, which was not at all in line with his character, the character that he showed us throughout the rest of the show, but I digress. Anyway, let's start off with Sheikh's Instagram stories. If you guys want me to talk about how I feel as though Alexa is a bad influence on Brennan, do make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, I will deliver that for you. So the first post that Sheikh posted on Instagram was him sharing a tweet of his that read, "Who else thinks the hosts of Love is Blind need to do a better job of protecting their contestants during the reunion? Personal bias aside, that was hard to watch and they should be ashamed." I agree with Sheikh on this. They allowed for Cole to get dogpiled on and attacked. I really did not like the way that Brennan tried to police his language when he said something was insane. Brennan was like, "No, we don't use that word." And he goes, "It was crazy. No, we don't use that word either." Brennan, why don't you sit over there, okay, on Alexa's lap as her lapdog and let Cole explain the way that he feels. He was already distraught enough, okay? There's no need to nitpick his words as he is trying to explain his experience. So that was for sure. And not only that, but also Andrew, do you remember the guy who put the eye drops in his eyes and whatnot? He refused to come for the reunion. And for some reason, Nick and Vanessa decided to dedicate a portion of the reunion segment to making fun of him and his eye drops, even though he wasn't there. I felt as though that was in poor taste as well. That was another thing. And don't forget, lastly, when Nick Lachey made a weird joke about how the second marriage is always the best, how he said that to Matt as a dig to his own ex-wife, Jessica Simpson, unnecessary. Now, in his next post, he shared a photo of Brennan with a caption that read, "Then there's this guy who is a yes, sir, no, sir, quiet little mouse, all of a sudden, all season, but then all of a sudden becomes a douche and ready to throw people under the bus at the reunion. Reminds me of Nick from season 2. You guys, if you've been keeping up with my recap since the beginning of season 3, you know that I've always loved Brennan, and it does break my heart to have to say this about my boyfriend, but Sheikh, unfortunately, is telling the truth. Brennan really did change during the reunion. I did not like the way that he behaved himself. I did not like the way that he continuously threw Cole under the bus, including with that Bachelor story later on as well. It just wasn't a good look. And again, I do believe it has something to do with his fiance, Alexa. I think that Alexa, even though I really loved her in the pods, the more I saw her outside of the pods, the more I thought she's not a nice person. Her friends are not really like nice, positive people either. And I felt like just, you know, the people where they like mean, sarcastic humor, and they think that that's like very funny, sophisticated, like they're like that. And I feel like that's unfortunately rubbing off on Brennan, but it's okay. As his girlfriend, I will have to talk to him about it another time. Now, he then followed it up with a photo of his castmates from season 2, including Nick, who I'm circling over here. And he says that these were another group of bullies. They did ambush him during the reunion, but the thing is, Sheikh, you said a lot of nasty things about Deepti that you're still refusing to accept responsibility for. You bullied Deepti pretty much on Love is Blind 2 when you continuously made really degrading comments about her body. The cast said that you said even worse things that were not shown on the show. So I don't personally feel like they deserve what it is that he's throwing out there if he's not going to accept responsibility for what it is he did to earn their vitriol. You know, if the whole cast doesn't like you, if most people who watch the show don't like you, there's probably something wrong with the way that you behave yourself or the way that you speak, and you should take responsibility for it, at a certain point in life. So now he went on to share a selfie from their wedding party saying, "This wedding was a pre-planned no, where I asked production to let Deepti answer first to minimize her embarrassment at the expense of mine. We still partied until 5 in the morning, my groomsmen and her bridal party. What she turned that into is mind-blowing to me." Listen, Shake has been maintaining this for a while. This has been his position for a while. So I do believe that they agreed to a pre-planned no, but I'm not sure I believe that he asked production to allow Deepti to say no first. That part, the jury is still out on. And then he posted a photo of Cole saying, "The point is, think twice before you agree or disagree with someone just because everyone else is. Use your own brain and think for yourself. Hashtag justice for Cole." One thing I will say upon my rewatch of the season, Zainab definitely did taint our perception of Cole. Cole was just a fun-loving, goofy person at first, and she really tore him down. And it changed his personality once everybody else kind of came into the picture in episode 4. Go ahead and watch my video about Zainab from earlier today to get a little bit more information about that. And I do have video clips as well. So he posted another photo of Cole saying, "I know I'll never get an apology from my castmates, but everyone on season 3 owes Cole one. That includes the useless hosts, Vanessa and Nick." Then he shared another one of his tweets saying, "Theory on why Nick and Vanessa are such bad hosts. They practically no actual involvement with the cast. And because of that, they really have no real knowledge about the couples beyond what they're shown in the final edit, or they just suck." So yeah. Now, he really did go on to tear into Zainab's really bad fake apology to Cole. I don't blame him. I dragged her for it as well in my earlier video about it. And he says, "Zainab, are you kidding me with this? I know just the person you can have a pity party with," obviously referring to his ex-fiancée Deepti. "Maybe she can help you write a book about your experience." I'm sorry, y'all. I have to admit, I did laugh at that. So then he shared some posts about how cruel Love is Blind can be. And then he talked about Zainab blocking him on Instagram and said that Zainab tried to pull a Deepti, but she wound up looking like Amber Heard. That one I feel like is a little not my cup of tea. Then he posted about Nick Lachey being a clown for criticizing his ex-wife and deciding to throw her into, some mess involving Love is Blind before he kind of left it off at that point. Listen, I do believe that Shake is right in some of the stuff that he says. I still don't think it's right that he refuses to accept responsibility for the way he talked so negatively and humiliatingly about Deepti on television. And so I don't know, like I appreciate his posts and I appreciate his support of Cole. I think that probably does go a long way, especially with Cole and in the situation with him and Zainab. But he does have to kind of take a good look at himself. And it still looks as though he is refusing to do exactly that. He very ironically is playing victim the same way he accuses his ex-fiancée Deepti of playing the victim throughout their marriage as well. But I digress. As usual, I'm more excited to hear what you have to say about everything. So please make sure to let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, and we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.